Happy Tuesday. I am pulling this up so we can get rocking and rolling. All right, let's see here. And this, and open my water. Okay, and we're good. All right, hello. We are good. We are live. Hello, happy Tuesday. Welcome back to another October Daily Live crafting session. Today, I am going to be working on story number 7 and 8. So this would have been Fridays and Saturdays story. Yes, that's right. Friday's theme was to use ribbon or twine or trim. And the day 8 theme was to use a grid layout. So I've got both of my layouts good and ready to go. I will say that part of this, I am using cut files. I'm going to reach in here to grab it. And I did pre-back the cut files because it takes a lot of time just to do that. And it's something I can do while I sit down and watch TV or hang out with the kids. So I do have a couple of cut files that are already backed, and I'll show you those. Excuse me. I'll show you those when we get started here. Yeah, today's a fun day. Yesterday I was talking about how Aaron took this week off where he's unplugged and he can't do any work even if he wanted to. So we're using this week to get a bunch of house projects done. Yesterday, we cleaned out our garage and we were both able to park in the garage for the first time since we moved here over a year ago. So that felt really good. And then today we started working on his office. We are rearranging it. I wanted something that felt a little bit more open. I eventually planned to build in custom, or I guess they're not totally custom. I'm going to build in IKEA bookcases into his office from floor to ceiling. Probably after the holidays, I'm hoping to do that. I want to do that in his office and in my living room flanking my fireplace. So that's a goal that we want to get to. But we wanted to rearrange his office with what we currently have to see if that flow feels good for us. So we started working on that today. Took apart his L-shaped desk so we could just use one portion of it, only to find out that there is an attachment piece that is not removable that juts out. So it's very frustrating. So we ordered a new desk and now we're going to try to sell the old desk, which isn't that old. We bought it a year ago when we moved here. So that's, that happened within the last 30 minutes that we took that apart and we're like, oh my God, we need a different solution. This isn't going to work. So anyway, it'll all be fine. So now we're going to get a desk in before the weekend and put that together and get his office back together before he goes back to work on Monday. So that's what's going on over here. Let me go ahead, turn you over to my desk view so I can show you the layouts and we can dive into getting today's projects done. In the meantime, tell me, what are you up to today? Tackling any house projects? Have any plans? It is gorgeous. It's like 70 degrees here, so I'm hoping that we'll be able to get out and go for a walk today. That would be so nice. What are you up to today? Tell me. I'm gonna go ahead and flip my camera and get us situated. All right. Let me hop up there just to make sure that we are good to go. And I'm gonna plug my phone in. That way we don't have to worry about it. Okay. All right, we are now stable. Perfect. Oh, I should probably turn on my lights too. Brighten this place up. Okay, so let's start with story number 7. So for this one, this is my layout using ribbon, trim, twine, that sort of material as my inspiration. What I decided to do was to make a layout about Hocus Pocus 2, so watching the movie, which we actually watched the first day it came out, September 30th. I think my kids have watched it a couple times since, but we watched it together as a family on the 30th. I pulled out this lace that I've had. I purchased this last year. It's from the A Little Scary collection by Fancy Pants, and it has 3 different types of lace. It's got this black one that's about 2 inches. It's got this pink one that's a more scallop look, and that one is, I think, about 1 inch. And then it also has this really cute little orange one that is maybe like a 1/2 inch or 3/4 of an inch. So it's got 3 different colors of lace, and I thought, why not use them all to create a pocket that will hold my journaling and my photo. So I've printed off the movie poster for this, for Hocus Pocus 2, and it's slightly shorter than my full page will be and narrower because I want this to fit inside of a pocket. I also did my journaling, and I picked up some of the color from Sarah's cloak, that purpley magenta color, and I used that for my text because I thought that would just be a fun little touch. And then I've got this Hocus Pocus die cut or cut file, which is from Paige Evans. I believe this was from her 2021 October cut files, where she did one every day throughout, maybe for like 13 days of October. So I had this from last year. I thought it was perfect. I backed it with a bunch of those same kind of blues and pinks and purples to pull in the colors from the photo here. And then I also love the way that the pinks and the purples go, or the pink and the orange goes with the colors in the photo as well. So I think that that's going to pair very nicely. So for the journaling portion, we can actually go ahead and assemble that part first. And I did not go to the store and get a new tape runner because we just ended up being busy. So maybe today that will be a plan. Anyway, so I'm just going to add a little bit of adhesive here and there on this cut file so we can get it down. I might just use wet glue because this is really annoying, actually. Ugh. I really just need to get a runner that this will work in because by hand, not so great. So let's just grab out my handy dandy Tombow my liquid glue, and we're going to adhere it on with this because it works just as well. This time of year, I love pulling out cut files and backing them. I just get a lot of enjoyment out of backing them in general. I know they're tedious, but I enjoy that sometimes. Also, it gives me something I can do while watching TV. Yesterday, the kids, well, Izzy had a dentist appointment. Aaron's off for the week, so he decided to treat the kids and get them Minecraft, the video game Minecraft, for our Nintendo Switch, because Izzy's been playing it on her tablet and it's not as robust on the tablet. So he's like, if I get you it for the Switch, we can all play and all that stuff. So it actually is 4-player, so I could play with them, and maybe I eventually will. Right now, I didn't really feel like it. So the 3 of them played last night while I backed cut files and read my book, which was kind of nice. All right, so we're gonna glue that down here, let that kind of rest. I'm also gonna grab out my double-sided adhesive since I am foregoing the runner tape right now, and we'll use this. Ooh, Risa. Oh, you got your October box. Congratulations. You'll have to tell me what you are most excited about that's inside of that box. Like what is better in person than it is watching it or online, you know? All right, so do that. And one more. Okay, so that's the top. trim off the little fuzzy edge here because there is a bit of an edge. I also need to pick up a new trimmer blade. Hello, Shannon. And I see Janine is here and Sam and Risa. Hello, hello, hello. Anybody working on some crafting projects today? Yesterday, I posted a picture in Facebook, and it was funny because I had told the Monday coffee hour people, peeps, friends, I told everybody how I have this layout ready to go that I designed for the Halloween class I taught for Allie Edwards. And actually, I'm going to do this part last. Come back to this last. And it's a picture, it's to house a picture of my pumpkin spice drink of the year, which this year I am loving the pumpkin spice, what is it? Cream, cold cream. I don't know. I never know any of those things' names, but pumpkin cold brew cream. I don't know. Something like that. It's very good. I like it. And I've been struggling to get the picture the way that I wanted the picture to look. So yesterday, when Aaron decided that he wanted to go pick up Minecraft for the kids, I was like, oh, this is great. We can stop in at the Target and I can have you take a picture of me with my coffee. And so that's what we did. And so I finally got the picture. I was so excited. And it looks really good. Okay, so to get the trim onto this pocket, so what I did is I've got a piece of pattern paper that I cut down to the full page size. So this is where you can see that my photo is smaller, and I left some significant room here so I can hole punch this to add it into my album. Because let me make sure that's the right side that this is going on. Yeah. Okay, so hole punches will go here. My pocket is going to be made out of transparency, but I'm going to sew my trims on top of the pocket. So what we're going to do is grab my sewing machine. Let's do that first. I'm going to see what color thread. I have gold. That's fine. We'll just use gold. And I need to plug it in. Pull out these plugs. I'll get this plugged in. So then I'll just stitch each of the 3 laces on there, just layered up. So I think they look good just like they are. And then we'll stitch the pocket down onto the photo, or not the photo, the background paper. Okay, so petal, plug. And we are ready to go. Okay, so let's trim down a piece. Be about there. I think what I'll do these came with a lot of this lace trim too, which is kind of awesome. Like I used it last year, I used it this year. Most likely I'll still have some left to use next year too. I don't see myself using it all, but I guess you never know. Okay, so I'm gonna grab some washi tape, and I think I'll use that to help hold the lace down onto the plastic. So I'm just gonna line it up where I want it to go, fold it over, and stick it down. We'll see how this works out. No, you are crooked. So let's try that again. Maybe we'll go tape first. It's probably cat hair. Okay, so tape. You are going at the top. So we need you to fold over like there. This is not as easy as, okay, different plan. Different plan. We're going to use alligator clips. This is usually what I do when I'm adhering something that's plastic anyway. We'll just have to start it and then we'll let it go. Okay. All right, this is gonna work. So we'll go alligator clip instead. And I'm just going to stitch a zigzag. So I need you to be, let's go with G. Okay. And we'll zigzag back and forth so that it holds it down as best as possible. Here we go. So I'm gonna go ahead and stitch this. It might be a little loud, so if you need to mute this for a few minutes, then go ahead and do that. All right, here we go. Okay, so there's number one. Okay. All right, so we're gonna do the same thing for the, I'm thinking I might want to do the pink next. Slightly under the black. Fold that over, clip it down, and cut it off there. Okay. All right, so same thing. We'll zigzag stitch this down the middle. All right, that looks fine enough. Here we go. Right, and then the orange. Put that off there. Clip it on. Wind you up. Actually, this tape seems to do a lot better holding on than washi tape. Okay. All right, so we're going to put this through and stitch it down the middle. Here we go. Okay. So I'm just gonna, for now, set this over here because we're gonna need it again when we actually go to put the pocket on. So one thing that's kind of nice, or a few things that's nice about making a pocket out of transparency and lace is, number one, lace is really flat. So even though it adds a ton of texture to my page, it doesn't add a ton of bulk, and I love that. Because things like pom-pom ball trim, which I debated using on this layout, or ribbons are all a bit bulkier. So those are going to make my layout much more bulky. The other thing I love about the lace is it is semi-transparent. So once I stitch it down onto this page, when I stick whatever goes in behind it, you're still able to see it slightly underneath, whether it is the photo or my journaling, which I'm thinking about having my journaling be the thing that's showing because I just love it. I also am thinking about adding one of the numbers. I'm thinking this one that's gold, especially since I stitched with gold thread. Or I've got the larger 7. I'm thinking I'm going to go with the gold foil one. It makes the most sense. Actually, I might just stitch that on there too, so I don't have to worry about it falling off. So what we're going to do is we're going to stitch on the 7, and then I'm going to line this up so that the orange goes to the bottom of my page, and we'll go around the outside. And I'll do a bonus extra stitch here again so that when I hole punch it, I don't have to worry about messing up the holes. Or maybe what I'll do is just go a little bit further in instead of going all the way to the edge. So let's go ahead and do that. And then I think that actually might finish this layout for today. So first, number 7, which I should probably make sure is in the middle of where it's gonna go. Looking like right here. Yeah, maybe like right there. So we'll put that in here. I need to change back to a straight stitch because I don't want this to be zigzagged. And then we will go back and forth over top of the 7. Like so. That puts my 7 on there. A tiny bit crooked, but I can adjust it. You could just wiggle it a little bit. It goes straight. It's fine. And then this is also where I tend to use the alligator clips to help me hold the pieces together because I don't necessarily want to adhere them with glue. I want to adhere them with stitching. So make sure that goes back. Ooh, I'm gonna run out. Oh, let me get my gold. Okay, definitely gonna run out. So let me just, let me just go ahead and rethread that because that would be very annoying. So the trick I always use with threading bobbins, by the way, they have these tiny little holes in them on both sides. So there's like the circle and there's a little hole, the circle, a little hole. I always thread my actual thread, and actually my machine is a cheap one, so it won't hold that still. So we're just gonna pull that out too. I'll rethread it. Anyway, what I like to do is I like to stick my thread into the hole, in and up, and then I can hold onto it, right? So this is currently threaded onto my bobbin. Then I stick my bobbin where it's gonna go with the thread going towards the top. And I'm going to get this adjusted where I need it to be. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hold this thread really tight while it spins, and it will eventually get so tight that it will break my thread. So you'll see that here in a minute. right, that's probably good enough. Okay, so you saw that, how it just kind of broke the thread as it was going. So then we're gonna, oh, let me put this back so don't make a big mess of it. Come on now. Go in. There we go. Okay. Put that back and then get this back out. So okay. I love gold thread because, or the metallic thread, because it is so much easier to thread it because it's a little bit stiff. Just so nice. It's not as like fibrous as some of those other threads. Okay. Okay, there we go. We are good to go now. Okay, so I can get out of there. All right, so now let's go ahead and stitch this guy on here. Give this a pocket after all. So I think we'll go here. So it won't go all the way to the edge, but that's okay. And we're gonna get going. I'm on straight. Yeah, we're good. Might have to hold this tight. There we go. I can take that off. And this I'm going to have to hold the lace kind of tight as well so it doesn't buckle up. Okay. That should be good. Now I just need to decide, do I want to do another, I can trim this off, do I want to do another line over here, or just leave it? What do I want to do? When I hole punch this, is there... I think I will do another line just to reinforce it and make it easier maybe to hole punch it. We'll see how that goes, but I'm going to do it. Okay. There we go. That'll make me feel a little bit better. Like it's not going to go falling off. All right, so we'll set this to the side. I don't think I need it anymore, but just in case, I won't put it all the way away. All right, so trim threads, trim the edge, and then we'll go. Danielle, trying to finish up last year's December daily. Got your shipping notification yesterday. Woohoo! That's super exciting. Okay. So we've got the pocket. Yay. And the story that goes inside. Also yay. And then it will be hole punched here, and that will go into the album. I probably could have actually put this slightly more over, but that's okay. That is fine. We will live with it. I want to add one of these on there though? I could. Like let's see if we've got anything that works. Creepy and kooky. 'Tis the season to be spooky. Oh, that rhymes. Spooky night. I'm sure there's probably Hocus Pocus. There totally is. Could put Hocus Pocus there. Or I could do like one of these pink ones, Eat, Drink, and Be Scary. Broom parking. I think maybe the orange. I kind of like the orange, so it's a little pop of color. Now, between this page and the next, I was thinking about putting in a transparency or a book page. So, you know, maybe what I'll do, we'll hold off on this and we'll make this part after I do the next layout, because I think that's going to help visualize what this will look like. But this one turned out really cool. I'll read that journaling here in a little bit too. I don't think I put any spoilers in it, but we'll skip over any spoilers if I wrote them in there. I don't think I did. I think I just said basically how we liked it or not, which, spoiler on that, we liked it. All right, so. Oh, and Jen, hi. I'm happy to have you here. Even if you have to leave, who cares? Thank you for stopping in, even for a little bit. That's awesome. So, okay, Hocus Pocus. The next one I have here is a grid layout. That was the inspiration for this one. So, what I did is oh, that number 1 fell off. I went into my cut files once again because I knew I had these Polaroids and I wanted to pull them out and make something with them. So I debated on not backing them because they just have these little tiny like icons in them. That one has a cat. This one has a bunch of gravestones. This one has a cauldron. This one has bats. This one has stars. And this one has a spider. So I debated not backing them and just leaving them see-through. But then I kind of liked the idea of backing them so you could see that there was something there. I felt like they blended in a little too much without having some extra color. So I did go ahead and put some extra color in. So now instead of just a cat, we have an orange cat. I did also try to vary my colors. So I have orange here and here. I have gray here and here. And then I have purple in these 2 corners and green. There's just a tiny little bit of green coming out of the cauldron and then the green stars. So what I have to decide, what I'll do is go ahead and add these on top of the journaling and the photos. And what I need to decide is what to back them on. So what page. I'm leaning towards the purple gingham, but I also have this star pattern it's not really black. They're kind of a really deep navy blue. So I'm debating between those. For this, I'm just going to go back to the handy dandy liquid glue because that'll be easy enough. And then some of these have journaling and some of them have photos. Let's add that in a place where the kitty cat doesn't cover up the words. And I'll go back and trim some of it off. I not put glue on the cat? No, I did not. Just like a little dot. Keep that kitty in place. All right, so there's that one. So this one says boo at the bottom too. So they also have these cutout words, which I think is super cute. So we've got boo, October, candy, spooky, eek, and scary. These were also from Paige Evans. I cannot remember if they were part of the Halloween files from last year. They might have been. They're either from last year or the year before, because I subscribed both years that she did it. P.S. Did she not do that again this year? I went to go look and see if she was doing an October cut file, like Advent, kind of like she's done in the past, but I didn't see anything. I know she's doing a lot of different stuff now, like albums, right? Like making albums or something. So maybe cut files, maybe she's getting away from those. I don't know. But I usually go and check everything she's got. I check it out in October and December. Those are my two favorite months for this type of stuff. When I was choosing photos for these two, I also tried to make sure to pick photos where the little icon did not cover up the main part of my photo. So this one's got Izzy playing in sand. This whole story was basically just documenting a day when we had our friends come over for a play date. We have recently acquired a really large sand pit that we got for Jonah for his birthday. And it's awesome. It fits like a ton of kids in it all at once, which is what we wanted because our kids love digging in sand and dirt. It's one of their favorite pastimes. So we're like, this is perfect. So we had my high school friend and her husband and their family came over the day after we set it up to come break it in with us. We had a good time. Izzy she like sculpted a pumpkin with a kitty inside of it and then put like, almost like if you took the top of the pumpkin and made that into a hat, she put that on the top of the kitty's head. So it was like a pumpkin kitty with a pumpkin hat on. It was super cute. It was fancy. She's fancy. She's very artistic in that way. So I have a picture of her with her pumpkin kitty in front of her. And then this was her making it. And this is also her making it with the kids in the background playing on the swing set in both pictures, which is kind of nice. Danielle, she's doing a fall one. Okay, that's good to know. I wonder if you eventually like run out of ideas of what to do with these. Maybe, or it's probably good to take a break too, to like have a year off to do other things. Okay. And these are both a little close. Okay. All right, and then this one, I'm just going to back on some plain white paper, and this is where I'm going to put my number for the day. Just keeping it easy. Okay. All right, so there we go. So there's all those little Polaroids. So now the question is, do I put them? And I guess this is where I can bring over, well, I can bring over my previous layout. Oh, and let's go ahead and add the number to this too. So this is going to be 08. There you are. And I just am going to use these gold puffy numbers and stick them right in the middle of the Polaroid, like that. Okay, so where'd you go? Hocus Pocus. Here we are. Okay, so we've got Hocus Pocus. So we could do the star with the Polaroids next to it. And I am planning, I was thinking about doing a transparency that goes in between them and having one of these tags. So like one side it says something wicked this way comes, and then on the back side it can say the, like when witches go riding. So it's got, you know, it's covered on the front and the back. Or I also debated using some of these old book pages, which came from the book that I disassembled, and adding those in here as like some, just a creepier paper. I kind of prefer this, especially because I think the colors can go together. So thinking this. So we've got star, or I almost kind of like this even better, because then it can play off the purples from Hocus Pocus. I think that's kind of fun. I might go with that. Because this has a star on it, and this has a star on it, and this is black and this is blue. So let's go with purple. I like the purple. So we'll go with that. Plus it gives me a reason to use the paper that I made for the Frankie's Halloween collection, or that's included in that collection. It gives me a reason. I printed it off, so now I can use it. Now, and I just printed it using matte white photo paper because it is a digital paper. So we'll trim this down to the 5 1/4 by 8. We'll save the extra pieces. I've got the Moon and Stars one and the purple one. These are awesome for backing cut files when you have just little strips left of paper. That's probably where that will end up going. Or into some kind of, you know, page using scraps. That's also a fun thing to do. Okay, so we'll have the page here. So then I just need to add these on. So they are evenly distributed. Okay. Maybe like that. And I think that's probably good. So let's just go for it. Okay, can I brave this? Can I make this work? Let's find out. Can you work? Yeah, good enough. I'm not even going to worry about adhering the bottom part, because with the top part, good to go, it really won't matter. Also, that gingham helps me line this up straight, so that's kind of nice too. Ugh. Okay, so then we'll go here. Have any of you listened to any new songs for this season that you love? Like, we have a whole Halloween playlist, and I love trying to find new songs to add to it because it's just fun. This year, my sister told me about a song that is more of like, it's current. It's not super Halloweenish, but has a nod to it, right? It's called WITCH, so like W period I period T period C period H period, WITCH. And it's awesome. So it's an acronym, which is, and they never actually say the word which, they just sing the acronym, which is Woman in Total Control of Herself. It's awesome. If you haven't listened to it, if you haven't heard it, I recommend it. Look it up. I also always look for the new voice play songs this time of year. They're an a cappella group that's really good, and they make some really incredible Halloween music and music videos. I especially love their music videos. All right, so get you on here straight. I think we're good. Bones by Imagine Dragon. Oh, I don't have that one in my list. I should add that. We love Imagine Dragons. That's what Izzy listens to, Imagine Dragons to go to bed every night. You know, like, it's just funny. To me, that's funny because it's just music I super love. So it's funny that she also goes to bed to it. But I don't have that one on there. I should put that on there. I'm going to add that after this. Because now that you say that, yes. Okay. All right, so there's my grid, which goes next to this one. So then I'm going to cut down the transparency that I want to go in between. This is a transparency from the evening story kit, which was something that I got from Allie Edwards' shop because for a project like this one, oh, sorry, rip that off. For a project like this one, the evening kit worked awesome. Like, I got the felt moons and stars because I had used them all up in projects before. So I got more of those. I got the transparencies. I got the circles, which, where are those at? Will definitely make an appearance. They're somewhere around. Oh, here they are. These. So there's like these awesome plastic circles, which I've already used them all before. So I got another set because, I mean, they totally go with October Daily or fall, but especially October Daily. All right, so I'm going to trim this down to the 5 1/4. I can probably keep that. I don't know what I'll use it for, but if we get to the end of the season and I haven't used it, I'll throw it away. And my album is 8 inches. That allows me to hole punch it with the holes I need. And then, so we can line this up to get it into the middle. There they are. I'm like, where did I put those? Twine does add a little bit of bulk, but that's okay. That'll be fine. I have, here we go. Like, I also have orange and white that I got, I think, from Target forever ago. I have orange and white, and I have orange and black also. These tags came from the Halloween kit from Allie. So one says the quote, "When witches go riding and black cats are seen, the moon laughs and whispers, 'tis near Halloween." So we'll do that one. with orange and white. And this one is Something Wicked This Way Comes. Actually might see if I can get them to the same. Okay, so then I can just adhere this straight onto the transparency, because they're going to be back to back, so it won't matter. Won't matter if we can see it. Oh, I hear a cat trying to get in. Here. Come on. But don't jump right here. Go to your spot. Okay. Put this right here in the middle. And then on the back, we'll add this one. Which will be fine. That'll be one of the bulkiest things I have on here. I wonder, would it be less if I like stapled it on? Versus tied it on? But then I'd have a staple. No, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. I've done really, really well so far. With keeping my bulk down in this album this year. Okay. And the next couple of pages are not very bulky either. All right, let's just go for it. Worst case, I will, worst case, I can take it off, staple it later, and put it back. It'll be fine. Okay, so let's add you. Like that. And then that gives me the banners, which I think is fun. I just kind of like having a little something in between. Otherwise, it's just a lot all at once. Not that that's a bad thing. That also looks pretty good. All right, so let's grab my book over here and kind of set it all where it's going to go. So this one will go on that side. These are going to go on this side, like so, when it's all together. So this is now through story 8. We are about this thick. Yeah, with this being the thickest part. And I always could just take that off too and have it just be flat. Like, what would that look like? It's kind of more boring. All right, let's find out. Let's find out what this would be like with a staple. Maybe we don't care. Or I have another idea too. What if okay. Because then I could potentially stagger these two so they're not both like right on top of each other, you know? Let's try it. Stay where I put you, please. Okay. Okay, that's less. It is less. All right. But I think I want these to be shorter. Okay. Still works. And then it gives that little bit of color. All right, how's that for bulk? Okay, that feels better. That feels better than the knot. So that's what we're gonna go with. And that'll be fine. So there we go. So we've got Hocus Pocus and we've got this. Oh yeah, one of those little like enamel things would be great. You're right. Millie, we did finish the garage. So Erin parked inside last night. We both did. We both parked our cars inside the garage for the first time in over a year. It feels so good. There's a few extra things we need to move out of there, but we're hoping to get that done this week. And a large portion of it is just garbage that needs to go out on Friday because we're clearing stuff out. All right, so Hocus Pocus. So I'll read this. I'm going to make sure I don't have any spoilers in here. I don't think I do. No, because that you see in a commercial. Maybe I'll give that part. Okay, so here's what I said. I said, one of the most highly anticipated movies of the season this year was Hocus Pocus 2. It's been 29 years since the release of the original cult classic movie. And boy, were we all excited to see what the sequel had in store for us. We were not disappointed. While it would be impossible to top the original, the second movie had much of the same feel as the first. The songs were fun and the storyline enjoyable. It was amazing to watch all of the original actresses reprise their roles and nailing them. I loved learning more about the Sanderson sisters' pasts and the moments that made them who they are. I also loved how this movie shows how far society has come in the last 29 years with the ease of internet searching and upgrades in technology. Mary flying around on the Roombas was hysterical. Finally, I really liked the way the movie ended. It was heartwarming and blah, 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 blah. Being able to watch this movie with Erin and the kids made it even more special. Izzy and I couldn't wait. I'm so grateful to have a family that loves this season as much as I do. So there you go. So there's my journaling about enjoying that movie. It was really cute. It was cute. I feel like I want to watch it again. Like I could get more out of it even from watching it additional times. So then story number 8 was just a play date with friends. So for this one, I said we kicked off our month with a play date with friends. It was so fun to have the Vandermeulens over and to break in our new sandbox with all the kids. Izzy sculpted a sand pumpkin kitty with a stem hat too. It turned out super cute. She was proud of her work. And that's it. So just a really simple, I'm not going into great depth or detail or heartfelt anything in this one. It's just kind of a more facts. Here's what happened. And I loved this day because we got to be with friends, essentially, right? Not every story has to be, really extended and long. Some of them can just be short and sweet. All right, so those are my 2 stories, 7 and 8. Tomorrow, I am going to be working on 9, 10, and 11. So number 9 was, what was number 9? Number 9 was making a shaker pocket. Number 10 was mostly digital, which is what I drew out yesterday. And then for today, for story 11, which I will also see if I can get done tomorrow, my design theme is going to be Texture. So felt, cork, rubber, or something that's got a lot of texture to it. So whatever I do for today will be textured. I have an idea. I have some ideas. So that'll be that. All right. Well, I hope you enjoyed seeing these two layouts come together. As I put together my photos, once I get them edited and uploaded into today's post, I'll try to remember to include links to where the cut files are in case that's something you're interested in, or whatnot. And if there's ever any products that you're interested in knowing where they came from, let me know, since the process videos aren't on like the main YouTube until later this month, and it'll only be story 1 through 15 that'll go onto my main YouTube. 16 through 31 is all you guys, and then I'll share those again in September of next year with everyone else. But if there's ever any supplies that you are interested in knowing where they came from, please let me know. I am more than happy to send links and give you all the information that you might need. All right, so tomorrow we're going to be back here again, same time at 1 o'clock Eastern time, working on 3 layouts. So I'll see you back here then. Until then, have a great rest of your friends, a great rest of your day, and I'll see you tomorrow, friends. Bye.